Hello Reformers and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now when we left off we were doing a couple of siege defenses at the Weeping Town, and there is another siege defense to do at Acorn Hall, and we have about 100 and... no, I think we have about 80 actually. Never mind. I thought we had about 120 units here, but it turns out that we only have about 80, so that is probably the reason why these Westerlands fellows thought, hey, you know what, let's go and attack Acorn Hall. We hear Elias loves to have company for dinner. I don't really, but Elias is pretty happy to entertain, so anyway. There are 213 of us against the enemy's 921. Yeah, you can kind of tell that I'm not really pleased about this. But, hilariously enough, the battle advantage is only -7? Very strange. Okay, I was kind of thinking to myself that it was going to be -18 or something, where it was just going to be an absolute bloodbath and I was going to just leave it, basically, because I don't really care too much about Acorn Hall right now. I mean, here's the thing, I'd like to be able to keep as much territory for Dragonstone as possible. But if it is going to result in the defeat of my army, then I would very much appreciate not being here. So, yeah, I don't know whether we're going to be able to survive. But if we are, then that's great. If we aren't, then I'm going to retreat and they can have it. They can have it. I mean, some of the time it's actually easier in general to allow the AI just to take something and then for you to come back at a later point and just be like, surprise, you don't have that many people in the garrison. You know, they wouldn't have that many people in the garrison at that point, and then you would be able to quite easily take the fief in question, whatever it may be. Now, of course, this has also kind of meant that I have to, I had to leave the Weeping Town relatively undefended. Oh yeah, by the way, I picked up some Raventree archers along the way as well. But yes, anyway, I have left the Weeping Town, and it is stationed by about 30 units. So if anyone turns up, then yeah, they're going to have a fun time taking that for free, basically. But it seems like that's not happening right now. By the way, Kevan Lannister, he was the fellow that started this whole thing. And he brought a whole wide variety of different allies with him. And I'm not really happy about that because, well, suffice it to say, fighting this numerous amount of people is always kind of a bit tedious because, obviously, I mean, here's the thing, okay? It's a siege tower. They're going to be able to use the extra space that the siege tower ramp brings, and obviously that's going to make things a bit more difficult for us. But, in the grand scheme of things, they're most likely going to perish here, and I don't think they can do anything about it because they've never really been able to do too much. Like, look at this. This is 2-person wide, right? So 2 people can stand here. 1 here, 1 here. And that I'm talking about on the ramp, of course. And that's the only people that can fight right away. Whereas we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 that can fight at once. And as you can see, they just walk in here, they just die. They just die instantly. Even if they're knights, they just really don't have a very good time with things. Maybe they're going to be a little bit better this time. Or maybe not. It seems like they can't even attack because this is just close quarters. It's just so close quarters and they're so closely bunched together that I don't think they're going to be able to do this. But again, it is really quite luck-based. Because if they decide to, you know, just get lucky hits on us or whatever the case may be, then it's always going to result in more of a chance situation rather than, you know, strategy or tactics or anything like that. So that's kind of disappointing to me some of the time because usually it's not really won by, you know, strategy or tactics or anything like that. It's literally only won by either numbers or them getting lucky in some way in terms of, like, for example, let's say I get killed, you know? Let's say if I get shot by someone and I get killed instantly. And that would make things a whole lot easier for the opponent. I mean, they are eliminating a couple of our forces here, but that's not really going to do much in the grand scheme of things. They're not going to be able to, push forward just because they eliminate one peasant, But if they were to kill me, that would make a huge difference to their offensive power, I guess you could say. So that's really what they should be focusing on, but obviously we're preventing them from doing so by just being completely spammy. We're just going to go overhead, 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 and so on and so forth. But yeah, I thought it was important that we show this at least because it is a very, very big, force of Westerlands guys that want to absolutely murder us. So I felt like it was kind of important to show that because it is a pretty big battle. But I'm not going to show all the waves, of course, because that would literally, I don't even know how long that would take. That would probably take upwards of 45 minutes just to do this one siege, and I think that's personally way too tedious for my liking. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to see an entire video of siege warfare. I mean, yeah, maybe us attacking something, that's pretty fun, but me just standing here. Not so much. So I think after the next wave, we're probably gonna do a little bit off screen there, and I'm just gonna stand here and just slash away at them. I mean, that's basically all I can do for the most part, and then hopefully we're gonna then retreat at some point, and they're going to be like, oh yes, we've sustained too many casualties. Let us leave immediately. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping is going to happen soon enough, but I mean, as you can see, they just don't have anything, they don't have any way of getting in here, because anyone on the right side of this ramp is going to be absolutely murdered by me instantly, and everyone else, well, I guess they just have to do their best. I mean, they are eliminating a couple of our units, but they're not really able to do much more than that. So, I guess we'll just see how it goes. Alright, so it's been about, I don't even know, it's been about 10 minutes of me just kind of like overheading these guys here, and they're now starting to get inside because they've killed enough of us to give them a path, and this is not good. This is not good. The more that we give them space, the more that they are going to feel confident and gain morale and all that sort of thing that makes actually no difference in this game. But the fact is that they are getting space and they're preventing themselves from getting stuck in that bottleneck now. So I guess the only thing, I mean, what are my units even doing here? I mean, they're kind of just walking back. It's a bit strange. We do have a bunch of Raventree archers that are, well, we actually don't have a bunch. We only have 3 of them. But they are doing an amazing job, and I'm really, really pleased that I was able to get those before I came here. So yeah, that's kind of nice. But otherwise, well, what else have I done? What else have I done off screen? I guess the only other thing that I did do was retrieve a little bit of money from our treasury, which, by the way, is now brimming to I don't know, full capacity, because it literally has a huge amount of money in there from our weekly wages. I think my first weekly wage, I gained about 8,000 or something like that, or 10,000, I can't even remember now. But the thing is, that is all due to Stony Sept and its ironworks, as well as the Weeping Town, of course. But yeah, the Stony Sept ironworks is by itself making about 3,500 alone. So that's crazy in itself. I mean, I really have no idea how it's able to do that, but there you go, it's doing it. And we are, I think, gaining in profit about 5,000. So we are well away here. But yeah, there's also something else that has happened. I got my weekly wages just before the Westerlands took Stony Sept from the Dragonstone. I don't even understand when Dragonstone took Stony Sept from the Westerlands. It must have been while I was taking the Weeping Town or something like that, or maybe when I was just waiting off screen for a little bit or something, I just didn't notice. But that is pretty crazy. I had no idea that that was actually going on. So it seems like our marshal, who has actually called me for a campaign. Who is it? This guy. Yes. This guy has apparently... Oh, there we go. We should ride to break the siege of Acorn Hall. He was a bit late. He was a bit late with that call, unfortunately. It didn't seem like he was actually going to, yeah, arrive there in time, which is a bit unfortunate. Anyway, how many have we killed? Okay, wow, that's crazy. We've killed 600. Actually, it's almost 640. That is amazing. And it seems like I'm going to need to go outside and say hi to our visitors. Hello, you're a Raventree Archer if ever I saw one. Yes, I know what you look like. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm going to have to deal with these guys by myself, which we always kind of appreciate. I like doing the, you know, one versus many kind of situation, because it always provides a little bit more fun. But let's see whether I'm actually able to do something here. I might be able to, if I'm actually able to use the correct slash that I want to do. There we go, thank you very much. There we are, that's what we like, and hopefully kill this guy as well. Thank you very much, Raventree Archer, helping me out there nicely. Yes, from behind. Oh, there we go. Easy enough. Easy enough. Alright. Phew. Okay, so that took that took much longer than I really wanted it to, but oh well, never mind. 21 renown. It seems like we're getting 21 renown as a bit of a standard here now. So, phew. Let me just relax there for a second. Anyway, how many units do you think Elias has killed? Now do bear in mind, we have killed, let's just have a look. We have killed a grand total. I'm not going to reveal how much he's killed just yet. Okay, so we killed a grand total of 650. Obviously, we had 24 wounded due to vassals and, you know, blunt weapons and all that sort of thing. So, ooh, I don't even know. I'm going to try and guess about 200 here. I'm going to go for 205. 205 units I've killed. Let's see whether that actually is the case. Whoa, okay, that was pretty close. Okay. Wow, I've never been that close before. 204. That's how many Elias has killed. That is pretty crazy. Oh yeah, Carver leveled up as well, by the way. He was actually doing a really good job. Fenner was just going on an absolutely killing spree, and Martin was also very good. Otherwise, everyone else is not too much to write home about, although Gurnir did get 4 kills, so that's alright. Anyway, the enemy has been forced to retreat. And they do have, I don't even know how many they have left. They have about, what? They had 900, right? So they have 300 remaining, which is still pretty... still a lot. How many... we have 15 of these guys. Okay. It might make sense. It might make sense. Okay, well, let's just level up Linearia a little bit here. There we go. Brendan, what are you going to go for? I guess we should just go for more intelligence. I mean, well, here's the thing. I'd like him to wear better armor, so let's just go for, you know, go for a little bit more in strength. We want him to be able to actually survive a couple of shots, don't we? So hopefully that's going to work out for him, and then we'll just improve Carver's iron flesh. That seems good to me. All right. So that is fine. Now, how many of us are still alive? That's the thing I want to know. Can I actually find out? Ah, okay, so we have 118. Do you think that is enough to take them on in a field battle? Let's see whether some of them run away. They're not running away. Oh, they are running away. Some of them are running away. Alright, so. I need to take this opportunity to try and take the prisoner, so let's go real quick and try and get them in here. Alright, so what do we have? We have Lord Salmon Stackspear. And we also have Ryman Frey. Alright, well, let's do it. Okay, so, well, this is a pretty easy fight, isn't it? At least it's an easy fight in comparison to the siege, because that was just, oh, very, very tiring indeed. Anyway, let's get ready for these guys. I mean, I have 73 infantry. I maybe should have swapped the positions of our cavalry around a little bit. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everyone to charge, with the exception of the cavalry, because that's going to make them move a little bit faster. We don't really want them to be in shield wall formation or anything like that, because that's going to take them much, much too long in terms of them, you know, getting over to the enemy. Well, even though they only have a very small contingent of forces here, it is actually quite interesting to see if we can pull off something pretty cool. Obviously, our our infantry is kind of a bit weird. They seem to be following the roads. Yes, that is not particularly advisable. Wow, look at this. Do you, what is actually... Wow, this is... Okay, that's very, very glitchy. Alright, we don't want to go into Glitchland, do we? No, let's not do that. Whoa, that was a bit trippy, wasn't it? Anyway, let's see if we can just eliminate as many of these guys as we can. This is actually a Riverlander. I don't even know what these guys are doing, actually. Yeah, this guy is not having a fun time, as you can tell. Yeah. This is... Okay, so this is supposed to be more of the map. And it's supposed to be the edge of the map as well, but it seems like we're in the Twilight Zone. Look at that horse. That horse is just going crazy right there. Oh well, anyway, let's just see if I can try and stop these guys from walking in there so our forces can actually kill them, because they seem to have some sort of superhero time warp-based kind of abilities to prevent them from getting damaged. So, oh, that was amusing. So apparently this is just not finished, this particular map. But yeah, look at that. You can see that. That's pretty insane. I would have thought that the game would crash as a result of that, but no, it's still working. Anyway, there you go. We do get a prisoner, which is always nice. And speaking of prisoners, I've actually sold a couple of prisoners so far. And we still have 141 here. I had about 200, and I sold a bunch of those as well, because we had enough time to do that, because I was literally just running from Acorn Hall to Fair Market, and it was pretty quick. But anyway, there you are. That's a pretty nice thing. Do we have any other lords here? No, we don't have any other lords. That's so sad. Yeah, it seems like we've milked them for all we're gonna get, unfortunately. And that seems to be it. Alright, so let's wait here for some time, see if anything happens, because you never know, they might turn up, someone else might turn up, like the Reach, for example. They might decide that they want to do something to us as well. And there seems to be someone attempting to take... Oh, really? You have 142, and you also have someone with 159. Wow. The Westerlands actually has a huge amount of people. And we thought they were going to get eliminated really, really easily. But it seems like that's not the case at all. I mean, they've taken Tumbleton. Look at that. They took that. They obviously took Stony Sept back. It seems like they're everywhere nowadays. Oh well, never mind. That will be it for this episode. Next time we're going to be probably trying to take something again. I don't know what we're going to try and take, but hopefully there won't be any more siege defenses. I'd like to actually be on the offensive for once. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.